Political Buzz is your rapid-fire look at the best political topics of the day. 3 questions, 30 seconds on the clock. Playing today, here they are. CNN contributor Maria Cardona, Sirius XM political talk show host and comedian Pete Dominic, and talk radio host Dana Loesch. All right, good to see all 3 of you. First question. It's official. We all know by now Chris Christie is sitting this one out. Is the GOP field now set? Dana, you first.
I'm not sure. You know, there was a headline on Politico yesterday which said that the law firm which represents Sarah Pack was making some initial inquiries as to the filings for early states. So there could possibly be someone else getting in the race, or it may be just all speculation, not quite sure. But we know Christie's definitely out. I don't think, however, and I'm just going to go out on a limb here, I don't think that it rules out him doing something as a VP, just definitely not president this time around.
Okay, Maria, you next.
I actually do think it's set, Frederica, but their biggest challenge is going to be how are they going to sell to the American people a Medicare and Social Security ending, jobs killing, investment slashing, competitiveness slashing, millionaire and billionaire protecting GOP agenda that puts corporations before the American people. Personally, I do hope that someone else comes in because I am a huge Tina Fey fan, and I think she would be great.
You think she'd be the one? Okay. All right, so Pete, you know, is this stage set in your view, or might Tina Fey, you know, have you made some phone calls? Might she jump in?
Well, yes, Tina Fey, I would like to see her revive her Sarah Palin impression, Fred. But yes, the field is set. Sarah Palin only held out to wait for Christie to announce so that we would talk about her. I'm not playing that game. She's definitely not running. She's trying to sell books and reality show. Good for her. She'll get more speech money. I personally am holding out for Bob Dole. I'm a big Bob Dole fan, or maybe John McCain will run again. John McCain could run again. It could be Kane McCain.
Oh,
nice
my
sign.
goodness. Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about what we do know right now. Herman Cain tying with Mitt Romney for the #1 spot in a new CBS News poll of GOP presidential candidates. So is it time for the party as a whole, Republican Party, to commit to a contender? Maria?
No, it's not time. That's the reason that primary processes were put in place. It is so that none of us, though as much as we would like to think ourselves as the ones who choose the nominees, we're not. It's the Republican voters that will choose the nominee. Look, 4 years ago at this exact same time, Giuliani and Thompson were at the front of the pack. Barack Obama was 30 points behind Hillary Clinton.
Right.
So there is still a lot of time left. It's not up to us. It's up to Republican voters. And we might not see the numbers that we're seeing today.
But Dana, is that really true? Because, you know, money talks, and if the party is throwing support behind a particular candidate, doesn't that help that candidate?
Well, and there are these times when something happens in the universe, and I end up agreeing with an answer that Maria gives, and I agree with her on this point. I think it's, I mean, this is exactly what this system is for. Also, it's very important to look at fundraising. We just got the third quarter reports in, and here we have Rick Perry, who's raised $17.1 million, $3 to $4 million over what Mitt Romney is rumored to have made. And then there's a lot of speculation as to whether or not Herman Cain actually has the momentum to go all out in a battle with Mitt Romney throughout the entire process. So that's something a lot of people don't know where their faith stands on that. So I think it's too early to discount anyone. Money does talk. You raise money, you can raise votes.
Okay, so Pete, should the party be throwing its support behind a particular candidate?
Of course not now, but first of all, I know Dana and Maria do agree on another thing off the record. They've both told me I'm the best looking bald man on TV right now. And that's off the record. I'm sorry, ladies.
Absolutely. I'm saying it on the record now.
See, no, it's way too early. No, absolutely. I love watching these primaries. I love watching Hillary and Senator Obama at the time beat the hell out of each other. All that bloodletting, that's good. That's good for the democratic process. It's good for it now in the Republican race. I like to see these guys and women attack each other and criticize each other's plans and policies. We should see as many ideas as possible. There's no way you should get behind one now. But Mitt Romney's raising a lot of money.
All right, makes for good sport right now. Okay, so your buzzer beater, 20 seconds each. Several unions are joining this Occupy Wall Street demonstration today. Participants say their movement is not political. Is that possible, Dana?
Well, it's about time they actually join them. They've been helping to put them together. We know that Wayne Rathke, who is with Acorn, has been trying to organize this since March, and Stephen Lerner, who sits on the board of SEIU, has been instrumental in getting some things off the ground. So make it official. Show up.
Okay, but is it political?
Is it? Of course it's political. Absolutely it's political. It's very political. It's all about a political agenda.
Okay, Maria, they say it's not. They say it's not political. This really is about, you know, principle.
It is. It's purely about economics, Frederica. But what happens is when you have a political party in the GOP right now that has so starkly aligned themselves with the 1% of the wealthy and protecting big oil and gas corporations and other corporations with their tax subsidies and has done absolutely nothing but hurt the middle class and American workers, of course it becomes political because that's the way it is.
All right, Pete, you get the last word on this one.
And GE.
Fred, a lot of this Occupy Wall Street movement is about economic inequality. We rank behind corrupt dictatorships like Syria in economic inequality. Say what you will about unions. Everybody's got an anecdote that the mop guy can't use the broom. The fact is, they're the only organization that advocates for the middle class, which has been stagnated for the last 30 years.
Amen, Pete.
All right, Pete, getting the last word on that one.
Facts,
Thanks to
facts,
all of
facts.
you. Maria, Dana, Pete.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.